They too small, I got big dreams.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. We are Pun Fun. I'm Giuliano. I'm here with...
Hey everybody, my name is Ryan and welcome back to Pun Fun, where we have fun with the puns.
Ryan, what do we got in store today? Because we have... we promised a full Loki episode. That's
right.
Today.
Exactly.
That's today.
That's today.
And then,
Today's the day.
And then on top of that, we're gonna sprinkle in some little hypotheses, some little speculations of what you think is about. Because he knows this storyline. I have no clue what the hell is going on. This whole trailer is brand new to me. I saw a couple glimpses of things here and there that I found pretty cool. But Ryan is, he's Gandalf in this stuff. He knows it. So tell us what's up.
No, there's definitely a few, storylines that we see already kind of poking through. Obviously, I've never seen the show yet, so we don't know which twist and turn in MCU will go. But these are just, some of the predictions and seeing how they did WandaVision, how they did Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is now Captain Falcon. Captain Punch. No. Captain America and Winter Soldier.
You got me nostalgic right now. I'm gonna fire up the N64.
So we can kind of tell which comic arc lines or sagas they kind of picked from. So we're definitely gonna take a look at that. We're also gonna take a look at who is TVA, because we've seen the badge here and there. It's actually gonna be a big player in this show for sure. Also, Owen Wilson. Wow. What is...
you stole him. I was about to hit you with the wow.
So, how is he, wowing it up in the MCU? So, we'll see.
It's gonna be pretty cool, especially when they're gonna do Midnight Shanghai. Oh, God. You know what? I was going to land the joke. It was going to be perfect, but I messed up the delivery, and now we got to go surf right over it. Act like it's
okay. We'll take the time stone. Reverse it back. All right.
All right. So we got Owen Wilson. That's gonna do Owen Wilson. And you know what? No joke. I don't know what the character's supposed to be like. I have no clue about this storyline.
It kind of feels like his parole officer, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. That if that was the objective, it worked. Like so far from the trailer, from what I got,
Right.
So it looked pretty dope. No, it looks pretty cool in this whole universe. It's kind of like thematically in terms of like props and whatnot. It all feels like very 70s in terms of look, in terms of feel. So everything
even the posters, yeah.
Yeah. So it's. I like those type of shows. I'm a big fan of that that genre, the way it's filmed. I like the way it looks visually. Now what's happening in the storyline? Like what's the actual storyline with who's TVA first of all?
All right. So
who them?
Exactly. So TVA is a if you've seen all of these sci-fi movies where they play with time, there's usually a headquarter or a central system that kind of is able to predict what's going on or what is about to happen. So in the MCU, this is kind of already established. So there is what is known as the last being. He creates these three beings or aliens, if you will, that will basically be embedded with all this knowledge of what happened. So when TVA gets created, they have already seen, what is to come, basically. It's kind of like the last person that in existence creates them, sends them kind of back, and then gives this whole timeline. So yeah.
Okay, you just blew my mind for a second. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's the trippy part of MCU, and this is going to be fun because it's really going to be trippy throughout the whole thing.
I genuinely like those type of storylines. Like I was a big fan of Back to the Future. Obviously, as being like a classic, but this is gonna be very different. But I do like, and we were talking off the show about Rick and Morty and whatnot. And that's what it's gonna feel like. You said,
right?
Like always going back and forth between like the dimensions. Well, not dimensions, but time, right?
Exactly. So, there is gonna be a lot of play with time and space for sure, but time is going to be of the essence. So one of the directors who actually direct within Rick and Morty is actually lending a hand, or actually is directing this show as well. And it's going to play again with not where is Loki, but when is Loki. So we've seen in the trailer, Pompeii. We've seen with DB Cooper, on the plane.
This close for
and
messing it up.
not Bradley
what he told
Cooper.
me before the show? He said Bradley Cooper. This guy said, when he's Bradley Cooper.
Exactly. Before he was a raccoon, he's on this, dope plane, and he's about to. Anyways, he
took that pill, and now he's limitless. He knows what's gonna happen before it happens.
Exactly, and he drives a Buick. No, that's not even him. That's
what does he drive a Buick?
No, that's another actor with the curly hair and that's the typecasting. That's not good. So let's get into who is TVA. So TVA basically is an organization. Like I said, they have these three beings that become the elders. They create TVA to help basically sort the timelines and bring balance back into timelines. So if you remember in Endgame when the Sorcerer Supreme shot a line which represented a timeline, and they said if one stone was to be removed or plucked from it, it scattered and created different alternative timelines that were in that time dying timelines. In order to fix it, you'd have to put back the stone to exactly where it was, which brought on to this whole fans now wanting Steve to do his own one-shot movie, showing how he put back the stones to where it was, which honestly would be cool.
Sick.
Yeah, can you imagine a Red Skull versus an older, Steve Rogers?
Well, I don't even know how. That's the one stone I actually don't know how he's gonna put back.
Exactly. Does he take back a soul? Because it's a soul for a soul. So I don't know. Maybe play some like really soulful jazz and the stone just goes back. But I digress.
Plate of pig's feet and colored greens and just like so fooded up. No, but no joke. Okay, so first of all, what does TVA stand for? Like it's an acronym, right?
So TVA is Time Variance Authority or Authority. So basically, what they do is, like I said, they basically make sure that all the timelines. There's no one messing with the timelines. Basically, if somebody is, basically they're taken into this limbo jail, which we kind of see. People were saying, "Oh, it's what do you call it? It's nowhere, but it's not really nowhere. It's a limbo." Anyways, so they have these pillars. They have this like bureaucracy kind of like place that have all of these files from ever since, and that's why it has that like 70s kind of look. The posters as well, if you've noticed, also has that like old school 70s with the mascot, and people have deducted. There's a character called Miss Minute, which is like this little cartoony clock that will that may be in their favor or against them. We're gonna see, but it's basically gonna be regulating basically how they do things. So like if you go to a store and it says like, well, now anyways you gotta wash your hands, well, maybe you'll have that clock being a mascot kind of regulating how things go, making it cutesy and everything. But in the end, like, what are those kind of rules that you need to follow? Anyways, we're going really far into that, but yeah, you will definitely need to take and keep an eye peeled for Miss Minute. So again, it's a little. We'll put the image in the.
Not Minute Maid.
No, it's not Miss Minute Maid. It's just Miss Minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this agency basically is taking in Loki for playing with the timelines. We know that he gets the space stone, one of the timelines, and who knows what kind of havoc that he kind of creates. Again, there's going to be multitudes of timelines that are going to be offshooted off that. Meaning there's going to be multitudes of Lokis that need to be corrected. So they're going to take who better to know Loki than Loki. So kind of like you need a villain to catch a villain. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to take Loki now as an agent. I guess this is going to help him in his, good behavior parole, sentence.
And then don't forget, this is the version of Loki that just now tried to take over New York and the world.
Right, exactly.
So hasn't been through the whole dynamics with the brother, hasn't literally almost taken, well, I was going to say bullet, but knife for his brother. Like, this is the unchanged Loki, pretty much.
Exactly. We may meet that Loki at some point because, again, different timelines. And that's another point we're going to bring up. There are going to be a variety of Lokis in the sense that it's not just going to be him and like a copy paste of him. There's going to be a female version of him, which brings from the Loki Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Storyline, which basically...
He's going to be Deborah Cooper. God damn.
Exactly. No, there is actually a female version of him who goes on heists and who's just feeling bored by, just deviant basically. And she's been exiled from Asgard
Mischievous.
as well. Yeah, very mischievous. And she meets Loki, well, the true Loki, if you will, at a speed dating seminar thing. It's really ridiculous. And then when he finally finds out, he is her kind of thing, we're like, what? But who knows? That can actually be somebody that we'll have to either follow, or it could be a red herring down the line. Again, we haven't seen the episodes yet, so these are all speculations. But at least they're grounded in the sense that they are in the material, source material. Another Loki that we see is President Loki. So President Loki doesn't actually get elected. He does this whole campaign, if you will. He has this button, vote for Loki. He convinces the American people that he will lie to them, like straight up lie to them, and they follow him regardless. They say, you know what? He's telling the truth by saying he's gonna lie to us. I want to vote for that guy. And he's basically
can't argue with that logic.
So he sways, the American people to follow him, and it's, people are just like, how can you put this guy who just basically wanted to destroy New York and basically the world now become president?
This is the same timeline of him.
Yeah, this is after, exactly. So this is why they're gonna pull those few elements from there, and yeah. And there's a journalist that basically works for the Daily Bugle who, is trying to unveil to the people, like, hey, sheeple, don't follow Loki, like, it's all lies. So even his campaign is BE and then LIE, believe. But the lie in the middle basically is, accentuated. Because he admits it. He says, look, I'm going to lie to you. And they're like, okay. Like, at least he's telling us the truth by his... Anyways. So that is a Loki we're going to see.
This is so sad because... Guess what? Let's not get too political.
No, exactly. Anyway. And yeah, I mean, did somebody called it? I don't know, but anyways, what's really cool is we haven't seen it in the trailer, but that actually might be the end fight, or to some degree, some Lokis may have to team up to fight other Lokis, or it may be the fight of the sole Loki. We don't know. It's gonna be. We don't know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. Seeing that some of the people from Rick and Morty is going to be in it, we kind of know that it's going to be, very humorous in the sense that the kind of humor they use, like with Mr. Meeseeks and stuff, it's kind of dark, but at the same time, it's hilarious. Oops.
For gosh sake, watch your language.
And then you can bleep that out. And then and then no joke, that was hilarious. The Meeseeks episode. And you're right, it is dark and it is fun, and I get what you mean in that sense that it's like it's gonna be
different.
It's gonna make you think, and you can watch it probably in two ways. You can watch it once and be like, oh cool, and you can watch it a second time and be like, oh, I missed that, I didn't see that.
So it's and these guys are known to lay heavy on the Easter eggs, and they're known to also put so much in there for their fans to like undig and so we will have
for sure
works for days, man. It's gonna be crazy, archiving everything and excavating all that. It's gonna be like
it's gonna be excellent.
Exactly. Yeah, but it scrambles your mind, man, to think like just how mind cracking it's gonna be.
That's what he does. He loves making egg yolks. So. Let's just stop cracking each other up, and just shell out the rest of the episode. Which that was 3 in a row. That's pretty good.
You're well rounded. Hey.
No, look, there's like a dozen shows that are coming out, and I got nothing. I don't know. I was trying to think of another. I don't have anything. Okay.
Okay, so we'll cut that and we'll continue.
No, keep it. It's the natural essence of our show. So really, the show itself is really super interesting. Like just from the trailer,
right?
Like this, WandaVision was interesting because it was the first show.
Right.
Cap, as Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever you want to call it, was interesting because that storyline was. It was interesting. We wanted to know what was going to happen.
It was
with
well
Shield
fleshed
and everything.
out.
Yes, this technically doesn't matter to the main storyline, but super, super captivating just to watch, just from the trailer.
Right.
Because in the main storyline, we're done. Like this is technically like a side quest, you know. So I mean, no, but like let's be honest.
No, you're right. For the most part, who knows? Like, because we're talking about the multiverse, I think this is gonna explain a bit more of the multiverse also to the fans as well. Because when Multiverse of Madness opens up, I think they already want people to be established and ready to, like, you know, Wanda has been opening many portals of, you know, different realities.
Step by step. It's baby steps.
Exactly. Yep. It's kind of spoon feeding you to that movie. However, they also want to make sure that, you know, you're well entertained. And I mean, it's Marvel. I mean, just that those trailers they dropped was enough for, you know, they just keep you hanging on. You know, no one could have got off the train after Endgame. It's impossible. It's definitely impossible.
No, it's not possible. And you know what? I'm super eager to watch this. I'm super excited. They pulled back the date. Now it's going to be in 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll definitely be covering those.
What's the format?
It's going to be so for now they haven't released a format. I know it's going to be on a Wednesday, so they've changed it from Fridays to Wednesdays. So we'll definitely be able to post these videos up for you guys early on. Also, just a quick shout out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. So this way, when it does drop, you guys won't be surprised as to when it drops. You'll be first to be notified that the episode is out. Yep. So I think we can actually wrap it up. I think we've talked about a lot of, Loki. We're definitely going to put a lot of Tom Hiddleston, imagery for you there. So if you're a fan, great. If you're not, well, he's going to be here for a good while. And don't forget, please vote for Loki.
If you're not, well, come on, who's not a fan of Loki? I'm excited. I'm super hyped for this. I'm super hyped for this. Do you wanna? Basically, let's just keep it at that. I was gonna say let's keep talking about it, but you know what? Let's save it for when the first episode drops, which is June 9th, 3 weeks from now. Yep. So I'm excited. Do you have anything to add? No,
for now, like we said, we're keeping it just to Loki. On our following episode, we're going to go ahead as a regular formula. However, we do have actually 2 artists already lined up and already ready to go. So be aware. Get ready for that. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. And definitely the art is going to be a bit different from what we've seen. So, Giuliano, anything you'd like to add to finish up and close up this, little powwow Loki session we've just had?
No, but I think let's keep it everything about Loki. Let's just make it super centered on that. I think I'm excited for the show, obviously, and I just want to
me too.
Talk more about it when we have more information. We have following episodes that are coming out before that are going to be, as you mentioned, artists that are coming on.
Yeah.
And we want to switch up a little bit and talk maybe a bit more DC, talk about some cool characters, something that's not necessarily relevant, just things that we like talking about. So we're just going to talk about it because that's the whole point of the show. So let's see you guys in the next episode. And since you stuck to the end, you've probably been wondering why I've been wearing this on my wrist. I'll let you know a little secret.
He got burnt while doing the charm coming back from the last episode.
No, even better. This is the hand I was using when I snapped the gauntlet the first time. So that's why I got the wrist brace right here.
Well played.
Thank you. So on that note, thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace. Take care, guys. Peace.